It's been 1 week since the arrest of a woman and her two daughters led to protests in Fort Worth. Some of the activists in those protests say they still want answers from the police chief. Fox 4's Phil Alvarado has more on a private meeting tonight involving community leaders. Phil.
Heather, the police chief's advisory board is meeting tonight. Now, we're told by some of the members that they will likely bring up the arrest of Jacqueline Craig and her two daughters. Now, Police Chief Joel Fitzgerald is not going to be able to make it tonight, but people tell us that they who have been pressing the chief on this controversy are still going to be here.
Don't grab her! Don't grab her!
The image of the Fort Worth police officer arresting Jacqueline Craig and her two daughters has not dimmed, and there's a tremendous struggle to bring it into sharper focus, both for the police and the public.
They feel the need that to address this issue because it keeps mushrooming.
Michael Bell is a member of the Fort Worth Police Chief's Advisory Committee, a mix of clergy, activists, police, and community leaders. The committee meets privately tonight. Reverend Kiev Tatum will also be there.
In a real sense, the people in these communities who are suffering have still not been heard.
The officer involved is on restricted duty, and the investigation into what happened is only a week old. Chief Fitzgerald has already said, after watching the video, he thinks the officer was being rude but not racist. He also said if there was an alleged crime against a 7-year-old child, why didn't the officer make that a higher priority? But Tatum and Bell say there are other questions they believe deserve to be answered quickly.
No one is asking for anything outlandish. We want answers.
Among the questions, Bell wants to know why the resisting arrest charges still stand against Jacqueline Craig and her daughters. And he wants to know what, if anything, is being done to investigate the alleged choking incident involving the neighbor.
There's a serious disconnect between the city officials and the African American community, including the clergy.
Bell says closing the gap is critical on an issue that didn't come up overnight and may take longer to solve.
Yes, we support the blue, but we support the black and the brown too, who are doing right. But if you're black, brown, or blue, and you're not doing right, then we can't support you.
Even though the police chief won't be here tonight, we're told by members of the committee who have a high interest in the Jacqueline Craig arrest incident that this meeting really covers a variety of topics, and that's what they expect tonight. Heather?
All right, so Phil, then after tonight, what's kind of the next step in all this after the discussion?
Well, some of the folks that we've talked to say that they intend to form a ministers' coalition. One already exists in a way, and what they really want is to have a one-on-one discussion with the chief at some time down the road, sooner than later. And they say that even though the topic may come up tonight, that this is not a forum where they would likely discuss all of their concerns about this.
All right, Phil Alvarado, thanks much.